it's not time, you stupid app. What for? Why not? Get out of there. Welcome to the emergency stream. So yesterday, Streamlabs exploded on me and just completely just stopped working. So thankfully, the previous autosave before I said sod it, I quit for the day, as I do want to upload this to YouTube, and me messing around with technical issues for too long makes no point. Anywho, we got off the train at Woa because we have to in order to get to the goddamn Nord Highlands. Yes, I am annoyed that things blew up so much that it took me till today. It took me a whole day into an afternoon to get things working. I solely blame it on Streamlabs. Anyway, it is here where we run into Arinia Wineford for the first time. Sharon gets here quicker than we do on a train, probably via airship, considering Wineford company, but that nevertheless, a bombshell gets hit to Alyssa where it turns out, oh no, she knew entirely that Alyssa was there at Fours, as she's part of the board of directors. Huh, funny that. So a level of nepotism aside, we travel the freight train over to Nord Highlands. Not many people are on a train to the Nord Highlands. This is mainly because it's not really a tourist destination. It's not even technically part of the Empire. While politically speaking, you could easily make a case for it that it could easily be part of the Empire, it isn't, for various history reasons due to all the stuff that happens prior to even the first game, in terms of the situation that occurred for the Empire back then. Anywho, we finally make our way to Nord Highlands at 4:30 in the afternoon. We're at Sendergate. This is the border between, so basically the gate where acts as the border, because beyond the gate is quite a lot of nothingness. The Lieutenant General here is Sax Vander. The Vander family are a quite notable family for being associated with the royal family quite extensively. Of course, previous games have had a different member of the family having to deal with one of the princes. Thankfully, we do get horses to get across, so it's good news on that end. Phew, I've sped my way back to here. Right, now we're back to where we were yesterday, where things went horribly wrong. I think things went so horribly wrong I lost the follower, but I'm not going to complain about that. So, anyway, now, thankfully, turbo mode is just holding critical, not critical, the control button. Because let's face a fact here, we can examine the map right after this cutscene. Guys points us in the direction of multiple landmarks that happen to exist. So there's Fander's Gate, there's a watchtower that watch over, off in that direction is Calvert, different nation, so fair enough. There's also this stone monument here. And since we've stopped for a moment, I can actually show the map here. This is the first area of the North Highlands. This is the south part. A lot of travel time in this part of the game is a little bit pesky because of it. And you will have to go all about it for multiple quests. Slash if you're trying to get all of the monster data.
Let's keep up the pace, guys.
Thankfully, for this first part, we literally... There is a dash button as well. If you really want to go as far as you can, on PC, because there isn't a toggle for turbo, you're holding W while holding control and holding 3. That's quite pesky, to be honest. Compared to that with the PlayStation version, where you just press a button and that enables turbo. Gaius is met by his lovely family. And it's nice to know that where we'll be, we should hopefully have no issues with anyone whatsoever. I am not lying, there is actually enemies about, just not right at this very moment. Of course we hear more about the conflicts between the Empire and Calvard, mainly just because they are staunch enemies, well, at times. But to be fair, there's the whole political situation in Crossbell currently ongoing while we're doing this, so yeah, no, Calvard and Albonia probably don't like each other very much at that time. Want to know more of that? Play the Crossbell games, which I could get round to doing after all of this, and then the most likely Weathery playthrough. Anyway, on our first morning, we get to return to Sandgate. God damn it! Also, getting some leaves. Well planned. There's also delivery to the watchtower, though it's not required. I might as well do so. That's how you get more of a lay of the land. These are just our first tasks, and we get told where everything is facility-wise. This is mainly just because this is our base of operations for the next couple of days in game-wise. So the trading post is where we can buy things, the lodging hut is where we can rest and make sure we can get back to full health if we don't have any items or any EP left. And the Elder's Home contains the Orbital stuff, so we can quickly nip in there and open up anyone's lines if we decide to. We do get a cutscene of Gaius announcing his return to the village, and we are just straight up given this. Access this. We can also customize any of the weapons if we actually had any of them. I'm trying to get to the exchange bit. Let's exchange the Sabbath Mass for that. No, I do want to exchange all of that at the very least. And we can also sort out some of these slots here, because we actually have got some Sepith, so it's not a complete out of there kind of thing. We have not been opening many of these lines, I'm noticing. This one. Okay, let's see. Will Streamlabs explode? Hasn't exploded on my phone. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Right, so as we can see here, obviously for Gaius, we've got the slot in between his two wind ones, which is a Mirage slot. We could open that, or we could open a fire slot, or we could open the Earth one, which is just a simple one to do. And there's also the time one on the 8th slot, which would mean we need to open those ones. Those ones are actually really cheap. Any singular line is just really cheap, but since we're going to be here for a bit, I feel like we're going to open some of these. Eustace has a wind one we can open, and that's the only one we can open on his end at the moment. Emma is at a fire slot. It's a locked one, so we have to. Then with Alyssa, we've got, what slot is number 2 for us? Space, followed by another space, so we'll open up one space for now. We can open up one of the time slots for Ween while we're at it, and then I think we just open up the wind one. Oh, I forget. Right, okay, I should actually show the results of what I'm doing. So yeah, we're opening up some of these, and this will allow us to have other ones equipped. And now I need to actually check, do I have any quartz that I can put on there? Like, obviously that's what was staying there because I have no choice in the matter, but we can give Ween a cast 1 at the moment. For Alyssa, it was space. What space ones do I have? Hit 2, perfect. Didn't open any for Emma. For Gaius, we have Earth, so we need to Setium Fame is a good idea. If we go back to here, the other ones I opened for Gaius were not the Mirage one, the Fire one, and the Time one. So we go back here and we remember that it's time. So you know what, it does give speed, so Demonic Strike isn't the worst thing ever. And oh, we only have these two. Yeah, it was fire, right? I am not. Am I being an idiot? It was fire, right? Yeah, it was fire. Okay, I'm going to be really annoyed here. Why did it do that? Why is it doing that again? I'm gonna have to just quickly alt tab now, so I can fucking select the live scene. Because for some unbeknownst reason, it just decides to crash on... No, it didn't crash. Rather, it just removes my access to the scene buttons, and I know if I press the collection, everything will blow up. So, right, anywho, let's move on, shall we? Let's actually do the requests. I don't plan on using Arts and Guys, so I don't care about his EP as much. So, anyway, our optional objective is the delivery to the Watchtower. Since we want to buy equipment here anyway, we shall go into the store. Regardless, it's simple directions to places. And it's a simple delivery. That's all we really need to know. It just happens to be to a political place. Anyways, weaponry. We haven't... we could definitely up Gaius' defense. I'm gonna say, well, let's get enough first for Gaius and for Reen. And then we get a Rin robe for Alyssa, definitely. And then I think another one for Emma. And then that leaves us with, like, no money again. Because, of course, we don't have money. This playthrough, I swear... this isn't the curse of playing PC without any DLC. It would appear I don't have some of the stuff I would have normally had. So I think I feel like I handicapped myself a little bit because I didn't want to spend the money on the DLC right now, and personally I could have. Anyway, yeah, this quest. The objective is to go and gather some plants. Medical plants, mind you. And then the other request we currently have is to return to Sander, which is to do with monster extermination. So we'll be doing the other quests while en route, as all the chests will now have spawned, and so will all of the monsters. We only have access to the south of the Highlands at this present moment. Later on, we'll get access to other bits. Press the right mouse button to dismount. No, I don't think I will. Not in the Highlands. Anyways, turbo mode is great.
There'll be monsters around. Careful, everyone. My turn.
Oh yeah, they won't be linked. I should also probably check for their accessories then while I'm at it. What's this route to again? Water, perfect! That combined with Zero Arts means just an easier time all around. And they were also weak to fire, so specifically target that one so I also get some damage going on it.
It's my turn.
And then, okay, they're guaranteed to... Oh, god damn it. They're guaranteed to get a turn next, so let's just kill as many as possible. Unfortunately, that one's going to get the health up, but it won't be too much. Also, one missed point, so that was also better than it could be, actually.
I can do this. Go.
All right. There. I go where the wind takes me.
We got some level ups, that's nice to get, because I hope we get some skills soon. Anyway, these are the plants we're looking for. Very simple ones. They get guys will pull them out of the grass so that they're safely done, sorted out correctly. I am messing up my words a little bit, but I think some of that's because today was not an intended stream day necessarily, just more of a I want to put this out in terms of what I do on YouTube, which is mainly just these VODs at the moment. I definitely have plans one day again. Oh yeah, there's a monster one. Just gonna hydro canvas a bit one.
I can do this. Hang in there. Thank you very much. Okay.
silver thing.
All right.
Dusting helps do it backwards a little bit. Ooh, blindness.
Here we go.
We're going to miss if I attack with them right now. So let's motivate. Better get some strength going.
I can do this.
What does we do? Fireman. Okay, that's a bit more than them.
It's my turn.
And then
Gleaming blade. Go. Elisa. Leave it to me.
All right.
Huh?
we're never attacking with Green in this fight at this point. He's got no Cure bomb.
It's my turn.
Okay, this is certainly not going the way I would like it to.
Thank you very much. Okay.
So,
All right. My turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now, okay.
Here we go. That's that.
there we go, that's that fight done with. Okay. Inside this chest we get a Susaku, really not the best option out there. Actually it's a wet quartz. It does, what does it do again? It's tags and crafts conceal bunnies. It's only a 10% chance, so even if there's a 100% chance for the potential of it to hit fires, it's like you got 10% chance of that actually.
What a large monster.
You got 10% chance of it to put, and then percentage of can the enemy resist it, and it's not. That's actually not a good one. That's just I have nothing better for slot really at that point.
Yeah.
I was hoping to open the chest.
Now's
A
our
rather unique form of for a small bit while you're travelling. To begin with, it will start as early day, which is kind of nice
my
actually,
turn.
in a way, as it does help reflect the fact that the characters had to get up nice and early to be able to do tasks at hand, and it becomes more day relatively quickly. It's not like, oh, it's early morning and then we spend 5 hours with the actual morning
Here we go.
into the afternoon and then another day of that. It's more
Do this.
it's more just how it works.
Okay.
Like one of the bits definitely did not go in that direction. I have to say that game.
Go.
It's my turn.
I hope it's not just me that's getting some sound effects. Why is this game occasionally mucking up? Oh well.
Now's your chance.
Maybe it's the same. Woo! Frequent fighter achievement! Woo! Yay! Okay. Wait, hang on. That means on PC I've done a number of fights then. Anyway, one of the Seraph. Anyway, so checking the map, there is grass up by the stone circle, so let's head in that direction. Okay, then, let's see.
Isn't this the way to?
This path leads to the stone circle you saw yesterday.
Oh,
Whoa!
accidental surface. Ugh. That happens every time you're like really close to the edge of a place. There's a saintly force. We'll not deal with that big monster because I keep my health. Maybe just from this plane. No. The grass is up here. Okay, and going up here actually gives us a cutscene. Just a more of a ponderance of, well, this is certainly a thing. Than anything else. That's 3 opponent grass.
Yeah.
There's all this widing requires. Okay, right. While we're widing, because this is going to take a bit, just going to shield the YouTube channel. Channel where I upload the VODs for this series of Cold Steel videos I've been working on stream. It's just the VODs, and so check them out, you know, if this is the first one that you see. Ideally you should start with part 1, but hey, you know, no, I've ended up doing that before where you just end up seeing like a later part in a series of parts. Because it does happen, funnily enough. Where's the next grass? There's grass there, and there's grass up there. Do a loop around here, grabbing the grass, and head to the watchtower. Right, that's the 4th one. Does it disappear from the map? Yeah, it disappears from the map because it's 4. No, I gathered 5. Okay, I'm being dumb. I miscalculated then. Turbo mode. There's treasure to be had. Charge EP. I wonder if the barrier for it turning to properly day is going up towards Sander Gate. So this is the longest I've seen it remain this morning. Oh yeah, we don't need the thing anymore. Well, my loop, well, I'm still doing the proposed loop.
Is this the way to the watchtower?
God damn it.
Yeah, just keep heading along this path.
And up here is the watchtower. And okay, I was a ton to stay here. It's weird. I swear I see it done today sooner when I've done it on PlayStation, but I will. Anyways, we will have to dismount. We can't take the horse up this ramp, and we get to deliver the delivery. Woo! We also get to see a military base in Calvert, just over in the yonder distance. Because there is
looks like
a lot of area between here and there.
This area kind of acts as a buffer zone between the two countries. Let's get going.
A buffer zone ideally is usually a non-militarized zone that allows for there to be a bit of space between the borders of two nations that aren't exactly on the friendliest of terms. Think something like, I don't know, the border between North and South Korea, I think would be a good example, where there is a bit of space between the two, mainly just so that it's not an instantaneous in out of either side, and both sides are very hostile to each other, so you know, best to not incur the wrath of either side, really. Get ourselves a Tyrrell bomb. Anywho, oop.
Well, here we are.
Let's go meet with the Lieutenant General.
Anywho, Thunder Gate, here we are. We head this way to go see Lieutenant General Fander. And we get word about a monster being in the area. So we are tasked to deal with it. And while we're here, there's a store, and there should also be a mess hall. I don't know, can you west of the West Hall? Marx here talks about his daughter and how he doesn't want anyone, and obviously is overprotective of it. We could just buy things here, damn it. Okay. If we want to heal, we're going to have to go back, all the way back. And this door, I believe, acts similarly to... Yeah, it acts basically the same as the general store. So we can exchange our 7th month that we just got here, get a little bit more money going in us. We definitely have not got enough for Mobius, but we don't need it because no one's got spaces in Master Quartz, so... But anyways, that's all we can do here in Thunder Gate at the present moment, so let's head back onto the Highlands for more travelling. So, I've mentioned in my streams before All Elite Wrestling and my definite negative opinions about it, so if this ever does end up getting into the eyes of Double O's, they can hate me later on Reddit or Twitter or whatever. I definitely won't say it on Twitter, but whatever. I've seen gameplay of Fight Forever now, and not super edited gameplay, and it's like, I can understand the idea that it's fun. Has the technical difficulty sometimes somewhat. I mean, earlier the Streamlabs controller app decided it just didn't want to show me the scenes, and to be fair, the game has had some noticeable times when it just lags a bit. And this is a fully offline game. There is no online whatsoever, so it's just a little curious as to what so it's a little curious why it's happening. I don't know why, and this kind of just took me away from the topic I was talking about, really. The monster. Where's the monster? I ran completely past it, I think. Oh, I definitely ran past it. Did I? Wait. Did I do something wrong here? I don't see it. Yeah, the base in the east northeast, so it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't give an objective. God damn it. As I was saying with Fight Forever, the match I saw that was done, I'm thinking when the animations for the weapons were clearly done in a way to not have it blatantly either wrestler hitting the other over the head with sharp objects. Immediately that just made me think, that's how they got it down to a T for teen ESRB rating, because yeah, they definitely needed to tone something down to get out of the M rating based off of early footage. Did I need to hand in the delivery? Yeah, we did. Okay. Go in the Play Store. Right, and now we shall utilize the lodging place, because we need to really. I may have made some muffled sounds earlier about the fact that it looked like my follower count went down. Count went down, and to be honest, I have only one solid opinion on it, and that is I feel sorry that I must have done something wrong that meant that it was much better to unfollow and spend more time potentially following other people that may be potentially more entertaining or better in other ways. Maybe they have better production due to have, I don't know, money or something like that. I'm not going to be all like, oh, there they, because it's like, at the end of the day, that's people's choice. They have, every person in the world has only so much time in the day, and if they have time in the day to watch someone, watch the person you find the funniest or the most insightful or just overall the best at whatever it is that happens to be what you look for. Anyway, Quest Monster's here. It's a giant fuck off fish. Wide into its mouth, and it's not alone. It's got a ton of the smaller fish. Yay! Thankfully, we can see that this thing is weak to earth and is completely immune to wind, but can also get dealt with a number of start effects. The fish. Blah 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 blah. And of course, I think I've encountered a Thunderload possibly. Don't remember. And they're also weak to earth and don't bother trying to use wind on them. As for Ween, he's got access to like Hydro Cannon, but that's not what we're looking for. So again, I think a Motivate to start things off will be the preferable strategy, as I think my only Earth one I've got really is Alyssa using Needle Shoot. So, yeah, it's Alyssa using Needle Shoot. Right, okay, this is going to be a dynamic one. Let's start with a Turbulence, get as many of them as possible. With an AoE, we've got the bravery points, so we can wash. It's a good thing that all these smaller fish are actually a lot easier to kill, because otherwise this fight would be annoying. But we couldn't take all of them out straight away, so some of them will get attacks. We can Silver Form, so because that would just be normal damage. I mean, unless we got here, that's kind of bad in a way, because I think that's Seal on her, which means we're going to have to do other attacks.
Here we go.
That's Arc Slash. We missed an enemy, I think it was the big one we missed. So,
Leave it to me.
right, and that I believe it's just the big one left, so, yeah, it is the big one left. Okay, this fight's not going to be too bad then. The confusion stars on it doesn't matter because it's the only one left. If it's the only enemy left and it's confused, it will just attack normally, so it's a status effect that doesn't do shit if you're fighting one enemy. It's kind of silly, but yeah, what can I do? Let's use Blessed Arrow because guys is taking a bit of a beating. Not 200 CP on him. We could have straight, but no, we're dealing enough damage. We don't need to. let's just arc slash and just keep it on its toes.
It's my turn. It's my turn. Turn to flames. Burn!
Here we go.
I love the battle music. It's just keeps me in the flow of battle. And that fish is defeated. Everyone gets a level up. Yippee! We also get Voice Breaker, a Space Quartz. Alyssa got Molten Rain, an AoE attack. Can unbalance, that's always nice to have on there. Everyone else just levels up normally, so yeah, well. With the monster defeated, we get teleported back over to Sander Gate for our reward and praise for killing the monster, as one does. And we move along as we are now done with those objectives. We are now just gonna have to head back.
Let's get going.
So, right, okay, turbo mode. Time for opinions that nobody cares about. Obviously, I'm joking. I need something interesting to say while I'm doing this riding. I can't just rag on anything. I'm not completely 100% on board with wrestling every time. I can't just shill myself. Now, this is when I wish I watched something. I was watching anything. Now, we make it to the settlement. What is our objective now, actually? Yeah, we just go back to Gaius's home. Right. We're done with the morning tasks. Yay! So lunch is had. And we get ourselves some new ones. We get Wandering Sheep. So some sheep have disapparated. Special lesson. We're going to be teaching. And Cameraman Caravan. Not the best words involving Cameraman. I would obviously go for the Morphotronic route, but that's more because Yu-Gi-Oh! And referencing something that's easier than actually trying to come up with a funny joke. Thankfully, the two non-required quests both are done initially within the confines of the village, so of the settlement. So first things first, we go and talk with Watari here, and some of his sheep have done a bit of a runner. 5 of them in total. 2 of, I think, is it 2 north, 3 south, or 3 north? It's 3 north, 2 south. And we got a special lesson here as well. We'll do immediately because we're here. And then we get a sheep counter on our thing. Yay! This old lady, Jeddah, wants us to teach some of the kids that do exist here in a Sunday school. Oh, nice. Ween ends up having to play a role of teacher, something he'll have to grow accustomed to if the future is anything to go by. Anywho, at the end of the day, really, there's just only a few questions to be had. And you have to answer them. If you actually answer them correctly, then you'll get some additional points in terms of your overall student stuff. It took about 8 hours to get here from Nord. The second question is about the population of Heimdall, which is about 800,000. Wayne does a good job here. Falls was founded 220 years ago because it was founded 30 years after the War of the Lions ended. And then the last question is just, what does Wayne think of what nobles represent? And you can go with pride in one's lineage, as one would possibly go that well. You could also go for bonds with one's family, because I mean that's a way of looking at it. You believe in the family name that much, you gotta have some level of bond with it. Though that could always be not true. Or you could just go with, I don't fucking know. What do I look like, a psychic? But obviously that's not what Ween says. When you answer that, it's just like, yeah, it's something. As Ween is someone who happens to come from a level of nobility with being a part of being the son of a baron. So, yeah, just how it is. With that, we shall head back to the south bit as we need to get the sheep. No, not the south bit, the north bit, that. Or is it the south bit? I forget which way round we're meant to go. Yeah, it's the south bit. I'm dumb. Anyway, the sheep. Which are there. Is there one over there? No, yeah, there's one there. So there's. So that's where we gotta go. Those two locations. So of course Street Fighter 6 has been out for a while, and Diablo 4. Oh, that's a good point actually. I got away to blame for low viewership because Diablo 4 came out literally within the past 24 hours. Ho ho! That's right. That's why I don't get any viewers. Not any self-deprecating reasons. Haha. At least that's my excuse as to why my Tuesday suddenly became very free, or for some reason. It's almost like as if I'm dirt broke or something, but well. The other sheep's over here by this chest that has monsters in, so I've got to keep that in mind. Mind if I choose to open it. Which I will. I'll open it. I like to open as many chests as I can. Why does that happen twice? And it's the same as the previous chest we opened, so just same sort of shenanigans as before. Right. Heat wave will do. Some of these enemies and turbulence. Turbulence there, because it still gets the big fucker, but not getting many others, unfortunately. And that moved. Oh, damn it! The AI actually figured out a good way to just cause me to do less. I could have rushed, but nah, well. Anyway, Molten Rain has a very short range from where Alyssa is, and I think that's why I don't use it as much as I would like to within these games, because it's fine if you can actually hit enemies. If you can't, then, you know, you might as well go for the single target Flamebug, or use other characters that have, like, line AoEs. Or actively walks up to the enemy to hit.
It's my turn. Here.
The enemy just killed itself by walking towards us. That's always fun. And I've gone and wasted a lot of CP that we had. We are going to Blessed Arrow just to get some of it back. Okay, it's very much there, so we can just attack. Oh, that's alright. Oh.
Leave it to me.
Oh, it's still alive. Barely. There, now it's dead.
I go where the wind takes me. A matter of course.
This levels up. And we get ourselves Flame Tongue, a fire quartz. Anywho, we're actually done with this side of North Highlands. So we are now going to head up north. I must say, Nut Highlands, definitely the best place if you love looking at horses' behinds, considering the amount of travel time we've got. Oh wait, before we head up to the North Highlands, we really should head in here to do with the main request, to do with the cameraman that happens to be around. He's gone off to some monument in the north part, so we gotta go after him, just to make sure he's not gonna end up getting hurt by any of the monsters that do exist. Don't know why we can't just drop the sheep off while we're here, but it's like quest purposes. Some big statue thing can clearly be seen in the distance. And fun fact, the other group being on Brionia Island, that's exact. There's something similar to that.
It's even higher here in the Southern Highlands.
We can see a bunch more of the area surrounding here. Quite a lot of wildlife and all that. And we can actually see just how quickly this just becomes a cliff. And there's a drop. There are some waterfalls around, but of course we're not able to reach anywhere near to where said waterfalls happen to be. But we can see how far down it goes, further than we can look down.
Waterfall.
Opening this monster chest will yield different monsters. So on that end, just good to know its location. We can open it later. Anyway, the sheep. Oh, we missed one. Ah, god damn it. I was too distracted. And I don't know what it was exactly that distracted me. Maybe just my own dumbassery. That could be good enough. That's not a sheep, that's a different thing. And sheep. We got ourselves the bird sheep, yay! My finger hurts quite a bit from having to hold two buttons like that. Okay, right. I've changed it now, but my pinky finger's still hurting from this. This is definitely uncomfortable. I recommend if you have a PlayStation, just play Cold Steel on PlayStation. It's so much better to do so.
We made it all the way to where that giant statue
It looks
is.
even more massive the closer we get.
To get right
Oh, okay. Something with the active. Okay, something with the active voices just seems to screw up with the thing. Okay, there's one over here and one over the other way. And here we go. This sheep, regardless of whether this is your first one or your last one, this sheep will have two monsters ready to attack you the moment you get there.
fight they want. My turn.
And we got CP up, so that's great news. We'll just leave car. And both of them!
Oh no, you don't. Stop right there. Milton, wait.
Ah, fucking hell.
Leave it to me.
Okay, I just off-screen, further away from the webcam than I am. My hand, I just clicked part of the knuckle,
It's my turn.
and that kind of hurt. And I deserve it. I shouldn't do things that could cause me pain. That my dumbassery while doing this fight aside, Wayne is now falling asleep. I didn't realise I was that boring.
Is everyone okay?
Slow 4. And then the last sheep is over this side. And we get a chest over here that we just open. That would be some Sabbath. And then the sheep. There is a monster nearby it, but it's not a monster we have to actually kill to rescue it or whatever. Upon finding all the sheep, Gaius leads them back and we get teleported there. So now we're back in the village. Well, okay. Right. You know what? I'm of the opinion that I'm going to end the stream. Which means that this is part 6 on YouTube. This was part 6.5 on Twitch, just so it was a different title. I hope anyone who watched this enjoys. If you're watching this on YouTube, then why not check it out? Check me out on stream when I'm streaming on Mondays at 1 PM. Well, roughly 1 PM. I usually end up starting a little earlier because that's usually after I finish eating lunch and all that, and I've sorted everything out. So you can see it live instead of just seeing the VODs. I know people have seen the VODs. There are a few counts. And if you want to see other stuff, I usually do stream Wednesdays and Thursdays, mainly Final Fantasy 14, but I am thinking of changing up a little bit. So until then, and until tomorrow, I'll see anyone that bothers to show up then, basically. Bye, Jules.